My name is Peter Knoll. I'm the general manager of the Kempinski Hybernska Prague, one of the luxury five-star hotels in the city, and my position here as a general manager I'm holding since April 2010, which is exactly 1 year. Before that I actually was with Kempinski already several times. I was working as resident manager at the Kempinski in Budapest. Before that I was working for two leading hotels in Estonia, Tallinn, and before that in St. Petersburg again with Kempinski as a resident manager at the Grand Hotel Europa. So I have a wide spectrum and knowledge of Central and Eastern European markets, and I really enjoy being in this area, and I understand what is the needs for working in this area. The biggest advantage is to do business here, and this is why Kempinski has actually tried to find an entry into Prague, is that the Central Europe, especially also Prague and the capitals of this region, have a very high attractiveness to tourism, and this is the reason why most of the luxury hotel chains really wanted to enter this. There used to be always hotels in Prague. However, I think the real luxury hotels have started only with the new millennium, whereby a more boutique style, smaller hotels have opened up, which have a more of a family character rather than a big corporate character. And this is the big advantage with Prague, because at that time we were talking about opening since 2005. We would have been the fourth or the fifth hotel of that kind of international recognition, and we had a short delay, so we actually became the fifth, I think, in respect to the new style hotel in Prague on the luxury element. The economic crisis naturally has hit the tourism segment quite a lot. Here in Prague, the hotel quantity and the bedroom quantity is substantial, and the effects which came through the drop in business travel as well as leisure travel has affected Prague quite heavily. Our hotel has opened in October 2008, so it literally opened into the crisis situation. So it is really difficult to give a review on how it has affected us, because we didn't have anything to compare backwards. However, if you're looking at our anticipations which we had, we were substantially behind. We have been able to overcome most of this now. We're on the road forward and the right track. However, I think for Prague to get back to the levels where it used to be in the 2004-2005 period will take still a few more years, because now we have an oversupply of hotel rooms, the more saturated market again with regards to demand, but still not enough to give enough supply, occupancy to all of the hotels. Talking about Prague tourism and coming out of the crisis, there is improvement which needs to be made. The improvements for the hotel or for the city would actually relate to getting a more modern approach to the country and the city. If you're talking to the outside world about Central Europe, they always refer back to the Soviet times, the communist times, and the historical part. The historical part definitely is something which you want to keep. Prague is a city of, I think, 1,000 spires, they call it, and definitely people come here for the architecture as well. But the younger generation is not attracted only by having a look at the astronomical clock, but you also need to be able to offer something which is away from the opera, which is away from a classical concert. And I think this is the approach which has to be done, combined by the tourism segment, be it the hotel association, the travel association, or the Czech tourism board. We have to work together in order to get a new image to Prague, which is a modern image. The Kempinski definitely is already part of this new generation and this new image of Prague. We have a very historical building. We are a Baroque building from the 17th century. However, we turned it into a very modern style hotel. I'm sitting here on the 7th floor of the hotel, which is our presidential suite with a private terrace overlooking the rooftops of Prague. And if you would be turning around, you would see that this is a very modern environment, which has absolutely nothing with the facade anymore. And the clientele which is coming to our hotel is more in the age range from about 30 to 55, compared to what it would be the normal classical tourist of Prague, who would be 45 to upwards. And this definitely helps us to be unique in Prague, and it helps Prague to go in the right direction.